Box is not in good condition at all. I've had this game forever. Succession Wars board game is basically Risk for BattleTech people. I have not played it in at least 10 years. Oh, this is where all my Capellan dice went. That makes sense. That's right. House Liao for the win. Got my Capellan dice right there. Come on, camera. So, yeah. So we'll take a look at the rules for this. Maybe I can quickly find a PDF. It has fake Monopoly money in it. Got some cards, mostly for the Capellan Confederation, because we're a bunch of bastards. Oops, I'm not supposed to say that. Let's look at what some of these cards say. I'll go through the rule book. It's not a bit. Again, it's a 1980s game. It's a really thin rule book. We'll take a look at it. But yeah, Succession Wars cards. This one is what? Contract ends. Choose any mercenary unit services. Go immediately to bid. That's right. That means that the houses can bid on a what do you call it? Mercenary unit, but advanced technology level by 3. Ooh, that's pretty good. Maybe played at any time. So let's give you a quick background of BattleTech at this point of the era. Year is 3025. That's right, because it is the best era. It's the only era. And there are 5 great houses. There's some periphery kingdoms, but there are 5 great houses. House Steiner, House Kurita, House Merrick, House Davian, and, of course, the all-important, the only one that matters, the little guy that always gets beat up because nobody can handle him, House Liao. And they're caricatures of human global events, we'll say at the time. House Steiner is Polish-German with heavy industry. Lots of money. It's the richest successor house. House Kurita is Bushido Space Japan. Okay, lots of honor and all the tropes that you'd expect there. House Merrick is the Balkans, at war with itself until somebody else tries to punch it, then they unify. But it is where these guys have all the money, these guys have the best manufacturing. House Davian is actually the poorest successor house, but is by far the most military capable, and it's basically France, England, Australia, America to some degree. And then you have the Sino-Soviet. That's right, the Chinese-Russians right there, and House Liao, who everybody picks on, who has by far the most honor, and is kind of an abstract of like the North Korean state, or really the Soviet state. So, how do you play the game? Well, I'm not gonna read every rule off here, but we'll just take a quick look at it and see what it says in here. I have not read this rule book in many, many years. Well, 10 at least, because that's the last time I played. It gives a little bit of history here, and again, it's written in typical BattleTech fashion. If you have the old books, that is, it's even got the important charts on the back. It's almost like it fits right in with typical BattleTech stuff. And components. We got one rule book. I'm holding it. The map. I never was a fan of this map. And in the original map set, and we're talking terrain map set that you played and put your mechs on, map set number 2 had the best map ever made for this game. It's a 3025 era map, and it was done amazingly well. And unfortunately, I never got that one. And now if you get map set 2, it doesn't come with it. But here is your map. Hopefully I don't have any holes in it. That's upside down. There we go. That you play on. I can't see, so I'm just going to do this. Hopefully you can see it all. There we go. And that... hold it correctly here. And like I said, it's like Risk. You saw those little borders in there, and it's like Risk. And you're trying to conquer the other realms. And if I remember correctly, there are rules for First Succession War, which gives House Liao more space, Second Succession War, and Third Succession War games. But there we go. So we got a map. We have 4 sheets, punch out playing pieces. Yeah, so we got a bunch of these things, which, let's put this on here. Here are House Steiner units. So I've got them bagged up by there's my House Steiner units that I can put out there. Okay, and all the houses have them. Here we go. Here's no, not that one. It's this one. Oh, there's the green one. So this would be House Liao. These would be the ones I use. So. And And I still have all the pieces to the game. It's just the box is crushed. Even this book is in good condition. I'll probably, since I have it sitting, I'll probably bind this actually now and put corner protectors on it. I do that with a lot of my stuff. Let's see, what do we have? A deck of 48 event cards, a bundle of money, not real money, 6 plastic bags. Oh, I guess those bags came with it. And then 2 10-sided dice? I have 6-siders all through this. I don't see any 10-siders. Oh. And of course, a Capellan pin that I can wear right now if I want to. What's chat saying? Nice mix of houses. Well, the houses are, I mean, they're the 3025 houses. Yep. So that's what exists. It doesn't include any of the periphery kingdoms. So you take on Palladium books alignments. I mean, that's going to be, like I said, that's going to be Heathen Dogs. My take on Palladium books alignments is that it's absolutely, I don't like alignments. I think alignments in RPGs are dumb. But Palladium has the best alignment system because it gives you 14 steps to follow. That's it. If you're principled, this is what a principled person will do. And it does leave gray area for all of them, well, except for principled, I think. But like if you're unscrupulous, an unscrupulous person may do this, may not. You know, it talks about a lot of this, and who will do it too. But I mean, I don't have anything else to say. That they're. I mean, it's based on psychology too. So, as somebody who's not a fan of alignments, if I have to have alignments in the game, I'll use the Palladium ones simply because they actually cover the gamut, explain themselves well. There are no arguments at the table about lawful good to me means well. All right, game setup. We're not going to read all the setup rules here, but we'll talk about that. Did you ever play the BattleTech TC? Yes, I did. I used to have cards for it, but again, I'm not a big TCG guy, and nobody I knew played it, so I either got rid of the cards or they're buried in a box somewhere. I don't know. Let's see. So sequence of play, House Leal goes first, apparently, then Merrick, then Steiner, then Karita, then Davian. Of course, always give Davian the ability to see what everybody else does first. So if you run out of cards, it actually tells you what the cards are here. That's pretty cool. So you know what? You can make a note card with all the stuff on and what the cards are supposed to say. If you lose your cards, it's right in the rule book. That's actually pretty cool. Because I know a lot of games that don't do things like that. So you spend your taxes, because remember, you're running the entire house. So you spend your taxes, which allows you to build a new house unit. That'll cost you $8 million. Rebuild a mercenary unit. That'll cost you $6 million. Build a jump ship, which is really expensive because in the 3025 era of the game, jump ships are not easily made. Later on, they made them, tech was found, so on and so forth. It was easier to make. Movement. All movement in the Succession Wars is made by using jump ships. Movement is determined by each player based on the range of the available jump ships. Jump ships have a normal movement range of 3 regions. So you can fly across the Capellan Confederation. It's like fly over a country if you really want it to be. If you're Davian and you want to hit Merrick, you can. Just make bye, Liao. We're just gonna go through. I don't think you can actually do that in one you don't own, but again, theoretically, because Liao's so skinny. It's been, again, I haven't played it in 10 years. I don't remember all the rules. Make any number of unit pickups and drop-offs, just so long as the jump ship never carries more units than its rating allow. And yeah, there are different types of jump ships that let you carry more units. So there you go. Combat. When enemy forces occupy the same region, combat must occur and continue only until one player's combat unit remains in the region. So that means they keep fighting until bye-bye. To resolve combat, the attacker rolls 1 die for each of his own units or a combination of units. If the number rolled is less than or equal to the attacking unit's value, get a little. Here. Let's see, is that a unit? I can't see a unit. This looks like a unit. McCarran's Armored Cavalry. Hell yeah. So this is a 4. Come on, show the 4. Show the 4. Come on, my infrared is right there. I know that's you. Zoom in. Okay, it's not going to. Actually, is it up there? Whatever. Okay, it says 4, damn it. So what's the other side say? Ooh, the other side says 5. Where is it? If the number rolled is less than or equal to the attacking unit's value, the defender must choose one of his units and remove it. Okay. All kills are removed, and each side now has the option to retreat. So you can retreat after that. You can capture regions. To capture, I'm skipping a lot. Obviously, I'm just giving you an overview. To capture an enemy player's region, the phasing player must simply end his combat phase with friendly combat unit in the region. If you've got a friendly unit there, enemy doesn't have one there, you win. It's that simple. Technology. After the phasing resolves his attacks, he adjusts his level on the technology score. That's right. Technology goes from -10 to 25. -10, or 0 is where the players begin, but at -10, mech prices increase to 10 and 8. Holy crap. Jump ship movement decreases by 1. Combat ratings of all units decrease by 1. These are things that if you're below 0. If you go above 0, mech unit increases combat rating by 2 once per turn. Wow. Mech prices decrease from 7 or to 7 and 5. So as you can see, getting tech is a good thing. Players' tech levels modified by event cards and rolls on the tech level table. The following events also affect tech level. Loss of a regional capital, -2. Loss of a house capital. So if Capellan Confederation loses Cyan, boom, -5. Boom. Was it the big marker they don't cover? Cannibalism. Not joking. What? Okay. I'm not joking. I've run into it in a lot of my games. Cannibalism in BattleTech? Wait, what are we talking about? Are we talking about something else here? Periphery state. Oh, it does have surrounding the inner sphere number. Periphery states, one player game control. Oh, I guess you can. I don't see them on the map. Are they on the map and I just didn't ever remember? No, they're not on the map. I don't want to keep opening. You can probably already see I've got a hole in one of the corners, so I don't have it laminated. I don't play the game enough to laminate it, and I'm scared to play it a lot because I want the stuff on the inside here to stay in good condition. The box is screwed, but the rest of it is in perfect condition. And then Succession Wars. Basically, it's just units at this point to say, you know, what are unit values and so forth. So, not a lot of rules to the game. In fact, one of the complaints that people have about this game is how overly simplistic it is. I get it. Yep, here we go. First Succession War scenarios, if you want to go back in time a little bit, set things up a little differently. The main unique aspect to the game is the Capellan Confederation. It's House Liao. And let me see if I can find those cards. Where is it? House Liao, Order of Battle. Maybe it's there. 17. Ooh. Oh, that's not. Where is it? Hold on. There's something. Where's House Liao? Because House Liao gets to do some stuff with like the Maskarovka. And I'm not seeing it. I know it's in here because I play House Liao. And I haven't played in a long time, but I know it's still a thing. Theater, technology, free states, mercenaries. I am not finding it. Maybe I've been cheating this entire time. Additional rule. Oh, here we go. Nope, that's Succession Wars. Huh. That is really weird. I know that the Capellans get a really dumb backstabby thing that they can do. And I'm not seeing it in here. Second. Oh, 6. The Lao player has 2 chances to attempt to bribe another leader at no cost at any point in the game. Players should keep track of this themselves. So that's what it is. It's bribing leaders. I can get people to term, and what that's supposed to represent is that Hans Davian, Max Liao cloned Hans Davian and almost took over the entire Federated Sons, and also how Michael Hasek Davian was pretty much under the employ of House Liao. So the Capellan March, part of the Federated Sons, was more loyal to the Capellan Confederation than it was to its own house, and that's because Michael Hasek wanted to be in charge, and he thought that Max was going to put him in charge if you won. I do not have 10-siders in this box, so apparently I did lose those 2 10-siders, or they're just part of my main 10-sider collection. I have a bunch of 6-siders in here, though. Again, my wonderful and beautiful House Liao. So there's not much more to say about it. Really, because that's it. It's a pretty simplistic game. I could have gone into the combat, but that would just bore people to read all the combat. It's just you roll underneath the unit. The game does have a death spiral where if you're starting to lose, you're pretty much going to lose, which is a little unfortunate. But again, as a simplistic game, you can't really argue with it. Because in BattleTech lore, one of the things that happens is when a house gets too small, like House Liao, they realize that we can't beat House Liao because it's so small now. Its military is so concentrated. You just can't do it. The Caretans always said that about the Steiners. It's like, man, every time we take over a Steiner world, it just becomes more and more improbable that we can take over more worlds because we got to keep consolidating, and they can constrict the military and defend less with more, so to speak. And so that isn't in this game. Once there's a complaint that I've run into with people in it that I can't really argue with them on. It's like, well, I've lost. Game's over. And there are a couple of moments in the game where that's not true. Like just because you lose a first few engagements or lose a couple of what do you call principalities right off the bat doesn't mean it's over. But there's definitely a point in the game where you're like, okay, this is done. At that point, I'd say start working on those alliances. Start saying, hey, you know what? You like me, House Liao. Hey, Merrick, buddy, instead of attacking me, how about this? How about you don't attack me and I can be a buffer for you? And you go after somebody else right now. And you can work out little deals like that. So there we go. Was that enough to cover, just to do a quick, I don't know, however many minute was overview of Succession Wars? Now I have to make a new YouTube thumbnail. Great. About that. So, anyway, here's what Heathendog was supposed to cover. Whether he covers it next week, we'll find out. If not, well, at least you got to see the thumbnails for it. We'll see. Maybe he does something else. But I guess that's going to be... Yeah, I love how you can never find something when you're trying to show it off. Yeah. Well, I finally found... I thought there were cards for the Capellan Confederation. For some reason, I really thought there were cards for the Capellan Confederation, but I might be thinking of a different game, too. Something I played elsewhere. I've played this game 3-4 that I remember. I've played it 5 times total in my life. The last time I played it was the first time I was in Germany, which was around 2012, 2013. If E. Smith is here like he was during the Friday Night Chill stream, he was the one that was there when I was playing it. And it's interesting because I feel I had a plan that would have won. He feels he had a plan that would have won, but for whatever reason, we didn't finish. I don't know if it was time or what, but we didn't finish it. So we don't talk about that, Halcyon H. We don't talk about that. Let me put that up. Halcyon H asked if the first Somerset Strikers, it was god awful. Had nothing to do with battle. Come on, tattoos that give you more control. No. As much as the author is a douche nozzle, I would say that the Michael Stackpole novels to me are the best ones. I would rather be friends with Blanley Pardoe, but I like the overarching. I like the high 10,000 foot view political novels and the ones that affect the states as a whole. So those are my favorite novels. A lot of good novels out there. Again, Blanley Pardoe is a great author. You should check him out. Lauren Coleman wrote some of the good Capellan ones, but okay. You and Crafty want to get banned. Greatest movie, Robot Jocks. Ah! Why does no one ever talk about Exo Squad? That's a perfect blend of BattleTech and Robotech in a cartoon. I don't know. I've never seen it, so... that was awesome as a kid. I rewatch it. Doesn't stand the test of time though. Yeah, you know what? Robot Jocks probably wouldn't have bothered me so much if they weren't like in the mechs running and stuff. That was just weird. But hey, you know what? It's good to have. I would love to see a well done early 3000s, that's right, era. So third succession war era BattleTech like season or so like 10 episode season, 20 episode season that really dove into it. Hell, if you even the Warrior trilogy, which something for me should just make me cry because the Capellan Confederation gets totally owned. I would love to see the Warrior trilogy put into movie or no. Movie wouldn't do it justice. Series format like Game of Thrones or something. Eco Squad had so many war crimes. It was a great cartoon. Well, that's worth watching it right there. Or Exo Squad. Sorry, I said Eco Squad. Exo Squad. Exo Squad was like Looney Tunes too much. I don't know. I trying the pick random. I see mostly collection of two uncertain. Win. I thought you can never find. Yeah. What's wrong with the in-universe propaganda show that aired in our TV? In-universe propaganda show that aired. Which one is that? What did I miss? Talk about Robot Jock. Sorry. Wait, was the Mech War? Was First Summons at Strikers? Was that propaganda? How the clans in this one they don't, but this game was made before the clans were done. I mean, as far as like canon goes, novels, I didn't mind the clans. I thought it made for a good adversary for the Inner Sphere, and also showed how the Inner Sphere needs to shit or get off the pot in terms of like we can all keep fighting each other and get taken over, or we can at least somewhat work together, kind of a coalition, but while still being individual identities and backstabbing and so forth. So I liked it in terms of novels. I did not like it in terms of gameplay. BattleTech cartoon was reclassified as being an in-universe propaganda show. Oh, okay. I watched a few. I didn't even watch all the episodes of it. I watched a few episodes of it. I hated it. I didn't like how it went VR or whatever, or CG, whatever the heck it was doing some of those fights. It just didn't look right. It was not well done. Let's just put it that way. Pacific Rim has pilots running in the mechs. Oh, I didn't watch Pacific Rim, so. As far as other clan stuff goes, like I don't have a problem that if BattleTech would have released the clan technology or the 3050 technology over the course of say 5 years, 5 real years, not game years, may not have been so bad. I don't know. They also could have had time to play test some of it more. Jeez. Because some of the technology is cool. I love Artemis 4 systems. I like the idea to waste a little bit of space to have more of my missiles hit. Not increase the to hit roll. If I miss, I still miss. But allow more of those missiles to hit. I like little nuggets like that. ER lasers were kind of interesting because you had to deal with a lot of heat for maybe one extra shot, depending on the map you're playing on. So those didn't bother me too much. But XL engines, I know a lot of people talk about the drawbacks to XL engines. I just don't think that it matters. At least in my experience, the XL engines allowed what we now call alpha striking, which, by the way, is a term that came from MechWarrior 2 computer game. It's not even a BattleTech term. Now, but of course, everybody uses it now because BattleTech nerds played MechWarrior 2. The double heat sinks, XL engines, and Gauss rifles broke the game. So Pacific Rim is more like Evangelion mech, but super early. Okay. Again, I don't watch anime, so I don't know a lot of that stuff. So, but yeah. Anyway, when the clans came in, if people would quote unquote role play, which is look, you can't expect war gamers to role play. Okay, let's be honest about that. If the clans were, and DM James talks about this a lot. If any of you also subscribe to DM James' channel, where if people were doing the batch stall, which is the clan version of bidding to see how many mechs will drop. Also, in game terms, they were built for a star, which is 5 clan mechs, to fight against 12, a company of Inner Sphere mechs. And people don't do that. They usually do battle value 1 versus 1 type stuff. I have a disc for MechWarrior 2 Titanium Edition. Yeah, I played all the MechWarrior 2 games. I didn't hate them, but I wasn't hugest fan, although I love the music for MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries. Love it. So, all right. Hopefully that was a good enough look-see of my broken box. You can see I have it scotch taped together. I probably did that in high school. Maybe when I first joined the Air Force back in the 90s, because I would never do Scotch tape today. But here, let's get the camera out of the way. There we go. Of the Succession Wars. I would love to play it again, just not with the stuff I have in this box. I'd like to play with somebody else's box because I don't ever want to remove this again. But it's a fun game to waste an afternoon on. I would say that if you're looking for something super serious, if you're trying to get all wargamey with it, or even if you're even trying to play Axis and Allies with it, you're going to be severely disappointed. It's just compare some tokens, roll some dice, and move on to the next one. And for the love of God, don't get all bitchy about the fact that somebody attacked you. And there are rules in here for playing 2, 3, 4, or 5 players. If you're playing 2 players, you just play the Federated Commonwealth versus the Concord de Capitaine, which is the House Davian, Federated Sons, and the Lyran Commonwealth against Draconis Combine, Capellan Confederation, and Free Worlds League. And if you have 3 players, it breaks it down a little differently. If you have 4 players, it breaks it down a little bit differently. Pretty much it's just numerically out, work together. And then if you have 5 players, you have 1 do each. So there are rules for each of those. Crafty. We're done with that now. Wasn't there a Kickstarter for worth to buy or better earlier? Wait. Kickstarter for what? Let's make sure we're talking about the same thing. I mean, are you talking about success? Is there I have no clue if there's another version of Succession Wars. And if Catalyst is doing it, I wouldn't trust it because Catalyst is woke as shit. We call him Cuckalist here. Oh, BattleTech. Yeah, there's a lot of different editions of BattleTech. I even make one of my old time friends frustrated because he's moved on to some of the newer rules that I don't like. But it speeds up play. Oh, shut up. It's not about speeding up play. It's about changing rules that don't need to be changed because people whine too damn much. It's like Thaco. So I'm used to playing with some of the older rules. For me, the epitome of the game was the BattleTech Compendium 2nd edition. I played with the original rules. I played Battle Droids, as a matter of fact, before I got sued and had to change the name to BattleTech. But I played with the original rules. I played with the first compendium. I played with the second compendium, Total Warfare, so forth. But the second compendium, to me, is where the best rules are. Your mileage may vary. They're just tweaks. They're not a big deal. But one of them now is partial. I do not like the new partial cover rules. I don't care if they simplify the game. I don't like them. So... But that, again, your mileage may vary on that. And I don't support Catalyst games in any way, shape, or form. So I have a row and a half of BattleTech stuff. I don't need any more by far. I don't even need what I have up there. So the only thing I'm missing is Battle Troops. And that's because somebody stole it from me in the early 90s. And I never bought it again because we didn't play it enough. And I regret that decision to today. I wish I would have kept it. Or I wish I would have bought it again, I should say. But I never did. And it's because I was like, we never play it. What does it matter? Blah, blah, blah. And then, So